you do a talk show doesn't make you a newsman. Okay, simple as that. You just entertain.
I got a great story for you, though.
Oh, well, then we better get to it because we don't have much time.
I know, but remember, I related as a guest, was talking about that individual that would point at the sky and move the UFOs with his finger?
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that, James?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You might. Guess what? He's in town. I found him. I hadn't seen him in 3 years, so earlier today, I went out and talked to him a little bit, and he had gotten remarried, and I asked his wife, it says, do you know about this? And they saw me coming, and says, there's Sam, because I knew about the story. And I asked her, it says, John, have you been manipulating UFOs lately? And it says, well, I did it once his wife cut it. It says, you're not going to do this anymore. So he's done it a few more times after that.
So his wife put her foot down.
Put her foot down. And I don't, the guy's got the powers like an X-Man or something.
I apologize. His wife put his finger down, you mean?
Put his finger down. True story. I'm not making this stuff up. I mean, you can't make this stuff up,
I don't know. I just don't take some people seriously. I hate to say it, like, hey, you take a picture out in the sky and all of a sudden you see a big black cube. It's a UFO. When it's nothing there. I don't know. I think a lot of people.
I just have my word for it and for what I personally saw. So I guess people would say, well, Sam, you're full of it, or Sam, you're telling the truth. So it's up to the person if they want to believe me or not. That's the bottom line.
It just really depends what time of day, Sam, if you're full of it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You can figure that one out.
Okay.
Depends if you had lunch yet. Okay. What can I say?
Well, I kept the story short.
Yeah. Well, no, I just remember somebody telling me one day that their wife took a picture up in the sky. It was nothing there, and a big black cube appeared, a UFO. But they can do that anytime they want.
Right. That kind of reminds me of the certain individual that was sending you pictures a lot, and they were getting UFOs everywhere in their pictures. Remember, Gary?
I remember, and it started in today. Why did you even bring that up? It started.
Psychic.
It started today again. I haven't heard from the individual for a long time, and then I got and they want me to, all these pictures again. They go out.
Person you talked about before.
They go out of their back porch on their little Texas ranch or near one or whatever it is, and they can do it morning and afternoon. They get nothing but UFOs. I mean, they have nothing better to do than come, and fly by his place every day.
Was that about the same time a dust storm came by, or?
I don't know. I analyzed them, and I really don't see anything.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's an anomaly. Hello. I was going to say, I wonder if it's an anomaly inside his camera or something going on there, because it seems like it's really consistent with that one camera.
It's half the time there's nothing there on the image.
Oh, they're saying there's something on there, and you're not seeing it either.
I'll bring it in Photoshop. I'll increase the magnification as much as I can. I'm looking everywhere, and I don't see anything. Sometimes I see a chemtrail, or I might see a helicopter fly by or something, but I don't see the UFOs that this person sees. But, if they see UFOs and they see it every time they go outside, then, hey, all the power to them.
Yeah.
I'd be concerned about people. I'm more concerned if I have pictures, I got to make sure the average person can see what's in there. Maybe I can perceive something I know that most people can't. But I also have to realize that other people are going to look at a picture. I'm not going to send you a picture unless I know for sure you're going to be able to see what I'm seeing.
Well, yeah, because your credibility is at stake.
Absolutely.
But again, now, look, we already know that there's UFOs. We know there's abductions. But I think some people, just like anything, okay, they can imaginate things. And there is a group of people that do that. And how can I say it? It gives ufology a bad name.
Yeah. Then you got that pareidolia effect and matrixing, and then the human brain is programmed to see faces in things. So sometimes it might not be nothing there, but they're so used to focusing and finding things that they're convinced there's something there sometimes. And like you say, it makes it harder to validate and credibility to the other pictures and what we're trying to do here as a whole.
Oh, it does. I mean, What I'm trying to do is bring guests on. And, sometimes I believe the guests 100%. And then sometimes I will get a guest on and, I'll be honest with you. I don't believe anything they're saying, but I'm not going to sit there and say, I don't believe what you're saying. I'm not that type of person. But, it's up to the listeners there to make the decision. If anything else, it's something you can fall asleep by.
Gary, remember what your friend said. It's entertainment, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I don't think I've used the word at all, except for right now. I'm really... You know what happened to me today, Sam?
Uh-oh. You're going to tell me the story. Okay, go ahead.
Larry Hagelin, my agent, calls me up this morning. Now, at 7:35 a.m. here, Pacific West Coast time. He lives on the East Coast. And he's sitting there saying, okay, we had a long talk yesterday about, James saying whatnot.
Whatnot.
Yeah, and you, Gary, saying, and And he said the other day, I said it like 8 or 9 times. So he yelled at me yesterday morning and said, I don't want you to say it more than once or twice during the show. Okay, Larry, I'll work on it. So I wrote it in big letters here on one of my stands here. It stands over my head, right in front of my face. I said it, I don't know how many, I think 30 some times yesterday during the show. I said it way more than I ever said because you know what? He instilled it in my brain not to say it. So what did I do? I said it probably every other word or every other phrase. So I get this phone call actually this morning and saying, please, don't say it. Okay, well, I just did, Yeah, now I said it twice so far. But you know what? I just did it. I just did it. I don't know.
You did it 3 other times, too. You've done past your quota. You better stop.
It is hard. Cool? Hey, guys, it's hard when you get in the habit.
Something.
It just,
you need something, Larry. I mean,
Jim?
What am I calling you, Larry? Gary. See, I'm calling you different names now. Here's what you need.
And you're a friend of mine.
Gary.
What, George?
Here's what you need, Gary. You get your cough switch for the 6-second delay. Feed it into some AI that I could actually recognize certain words and blank them out every time you say them.
Well, then who's going to listen to the show? It's not going to be, it'll be like I'll be talking and no one will know what I've been talking about because every time I say, which is every other word, it's going to be out.
To make this way more entertaining, you get one of those dog collars that shocks you every time you say that. Oh, that's even better.
They don't work. They don't work. Okay, we got these 2 Great Danes that my son has that I kind of adopted when he moved back home, and the shock collars worked for about a week, and now they don't care. They can get shocked all they want. They still bark.
They're the size of a horse.
We're not talking about the dog.
Hey, no. Oh, gee. But we'll program it to when I say I get shocked, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh, that would be horrible.
That would be something that Linda could use as a little revenge, maybe after tonight.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I know this weekend is going to be rather boring. So I don't know. I almost did it. I don't know. I did it. Okay, hey Larry, if you're listening to the show, which I know you are, I got 2 words for you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, not 3 words, but 2 words.
You're going to give the guy a heart attack.
He did it again.
Yeah. It's funny. I listened this past weekend to some of my old tapes going back in the 80s. I never used to say, never. What happened is I had a guest on about 6 or 7 months ago. Every other word he said, And after I had him on the show, the next day, I think I was saying, every fifth word, and then it started getting like every fourth word.
I got to tell you, you remind me of that bit back in about 25 years ago when Howard Stern wasn't supposed to say these certain words. Mm-hmm. So they used them, but they had different meanings, but they used them anyway, like chickens and roosters and cocks and all kind of crazy words they would use, and they wasn't allowed to. But they did,
Yeah, you see?
You did it again.
I didn't do it. He did it.
No, James did.
Well, but he's doing good. He didn't say what not tonight so far.
He said
No. I said Gary's word, and I'm allowed one more for the rest of the night. But I haven't said my word. I almost did once earlier, and I caught myself. You probably heard me catch myself.
It's hard, isn't it? Because what do? You're sitting in the middle of a phrase, and all of a sudden, your mind. Okay, people, I don't go around admitting this. I'm a stutterer. I haven't stuttered for years. When I was in high school, I couldn't even talk without stuttering. They put me through a course to quit stuttering. And then what I had to do is I had to use reinforcement words. So in my mind, every time I was finding myself close to stuttering, I would substitute a different word. Sometimes it didn't make sense, but it kept me from stuttering. I don't know which is worse, to be on the air and start stuttering or say,
Well, I call those filler words. So,
or you could say but say it stutteringly. That would be a double indemnity. You're not doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I can't wait till our guest gets on here, and hopefully he doesn't say
He probably says UFO instead.
Well, the other night we had a guest, and it was really... I know why I said so much the other night. It was the guest. The guest we had on the other night used like every 10 words.
Yeah, he did. You're right. And, yep.
So I think between... Yeah, well, hey, Larry, it was not my fault, okay? I got somebody there it can be a witness to it. Listen to the show the night before. You'll hear somebody say, and then it caused me to say it.
Right. He was a trigger. He triggered you.
I want to raise. I want to raise to do this show, Larry.
He's going to tell you get a big thick book and sit on it.
Well, he's told me a few other things close to it.
That's important.
Man, you got a tough agent.
Oh, yeah, he is. I mean, but you look at it. He's got us on 22 radio stations. Yeah. And I supposed to have been playing last night and tonight Old Navy commercial. We'll be back on tomorrow. I accidentally deleted it off the computer yesterday.
Oh, boy. You're going to get some phone calls.
Nah, I think he probably already did. Blame it on these updates, okay? Last night, too, just before going on the air, one of my computers, which I have all my, my intros on, all the music on, all that, 10 minutes before, we go on the air, it decided, I'm going to update. Oh, I figured that's no big deal. I got my backup computer on. So I turned my backup computer on because yesterday I was doing stuff, so I normally have it on hours before the show. I turn it on, and here's one of 36 updates.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That takes time.
Of course, if you read on the news lately, they said the last update, don't update because it was caused a problem, guys.
Oh, boy. I'm glad I haven't accepted any lately.
Okay, guess what? Sam, are you going to be calling in at 8:30?
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'm going to cut you loose, and we're going to go on break. So everybody, check out our website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. I actually didn't have enough material to keep this half an hour going, so we just jive talked. Anyway, we'll be back in like 3 minutes.